Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, and let's film a review or like first impression for a product. Today we are going to talk about the Natasha Denona Love palette. So Valentine's Day is close and it's coming soon, and love is around the corner, which one of my friends, her birthday is on the 14th on Valentine's Day, and she always told me that she doesn't like Valentine's Day, she doesn't care about it. So let's see some of the new products that I've bought, and I want to try them on to give you like, oh, how do I feel about the product, and I will give you some sneak peek into like different things that I might do in future videos. So let's get on with it. To prime my eyes, I will be using the Fenty Beauty eye primer. Just pop this on the lids, and then we will start our tutorial. So the palette itself consists a lot of like pinks, purples, and I really like the color theme. Like, even though there's a lot of color that I have in like different kind of palettes, but it's a pink purple-ish palette, and it's really popular kind of recently. Like these days, a lot of people love pinks and purples, and not gonna lie about that, I love a good pink and purplish kind of like palette. So let's start. I will start with the color Valentine. It's a pale pinkish shade, and I'll pop this on very high off the lid. It's a very pale shade. And then I will use a smaller brush I will use the shade Heart, bright red shade Heart, and then just pop it on the outer edge. I saw a half price discount on Sephora on like a 28 pan palette, and I really want to buy it, but ended up not picking it up because I was like, nobody wants to watch it, and it's not necessary for me to buy every single Natasha Denona kind of like palette. And I just feel like that palette, even though I might get a lot of use out of it, but still, is it necessary for me? I don't think so. And then we will blend out the crease shade again using the brush, using the shade Valentine to slightly blend it all out. And then I feel like there are some really interesting combination in here. I want to use the middle shade called Pure Love as my center lid shade. So this shade is a very romantic, kind of like a purplish shade. Very, very beautiful shade. Love. Really love the shade. And then we will pop a bit of like color that brightens up the inside. I will use the shade Blind. Use the shade Blind, this shade in the left hand side second row. Then just slightly pop them in the inner corner to brighten up things. And then we will use a like big fluffy brush to blend out the edges and harsh line. So after finishing the eyes, we will jump into some face prep. So recently I've bought the Pro Filt'r Mattifying Primer Base from Fenty Beauty. I've never tried this. I've just seen reviews. Some say it works. Some say it's fine. Let's see. So okay, so you can see, okay, so put on 3 pumps and then it's sort of a very milky kind of like lotion type of texture. It has that signature vanilla scent with her like line with her base product line, the primer, the original primer has same scent as this one. So this one is the mattifying one. The original one was like it's like a middle ground kind of thing where it's sort of more hydrating. It's sort of more hydrating, and I feel like this one mattifying dries down a lot quicker than the original one, which I mean, it just blurs some of the imperfections, like pores. It makes a very smooth canvas on my face. So I've been dying to try this Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Glow Foundation. I'm using the shade Warm Beige, which is my summer shade in Too Faced shade range. And I've tried this during the morning, and it's quite nice. And it's quite dewy, and I really like how dewy this looks. And under the heat, not extreme heat, but I mean under 20 something degrees, and it's pretty nice. It smells like cucumber and fresh watermelon, kind of like a smell to it. So this is the texture. It's quite quite jelly, not jelly, quite thick in terms of texture. And I know I'm using a mattifying primer with a dewy finish foundation, which I found that to be quite good with how I pair foundation, where I pair something that's more dewy, but then you put something on top of it that's quite dewy on top of it. It will make the foundation last a lot longer without it being overly greasy or shiny. And when I say this is a full coverage foundation, I feel like when this first launched, a lot of people say that it's not super full coverage. It's more of a dewy finish moisturizing cream, like medium coverage moisturizing cream. But for me, because of I don't have a lot of redness on my skin, I don't have lots of scarring on my skin, it's quite full coverage for me. And using a brush to apply this, it's not that splotchy, but I have quite a bit of texture going on my skin right now because my skin is slightly irritated by something that I've been using, I guess. So there's a bit of texture under here, on here, and here, just on the cheeks. And it stays tacky, it stays dewy, which if you don't like dewy foundation, I might suggest you not use this one. But for me, I like hydrating dewy finish foundation, and it tends to last on my skin pretty well, so I don't have a lot to say. Now I'm using a concealer from Too Faced. It's the Born This Way concealer in the shade Natural Beige to help with the texture under my cheekbones, which it covered quite nicely. I will set my face with Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Butter. Shake some powder up. And then I will just use a brush to pick up some of the powder. This is a new powder again.
A few moments later.
And little goes a really long way. I don't want to blot out every shine that I have. I like shiny skin, shiny face. And this sort of does the magic where it sets my face without taking all the shine away. I don't use a lot of powder, and I find that to be more natural looking, and it lasts longer. It smooths out my pores, and it smooths out some of the texture on my cheekbones, which is nice. And I will finish my brows, and I will be back, and I will talk about some of the things that I've tried. See you then. So I'm back. I've used this as my highlight. I've bronzed up with this. I've used my brow duo, trusty duo, using my brow divine that's busted and it's on its last breath, and my brow gel that's rubbed off, using the shade Ebony to shape my brows. And then I use this palette and the shade Blush, Sublime Flush, to give a lot of flush to my cheeks, because this is a Valentine's Day look and I need a lot of blush to make it very flush. Sorry, to make it look like I have lots of blush on a very flushed look because Valentine's Day, a lot of people have a lot of pink on their eyes. Very love, very flush, love, romantic kind of a look. So to finish up my look, I have to finish my lower lash line. I will use the shade Intense, which is a darker version of Valentine in the last row. Third shade. I will just slightly sweep this color on my inner eye, to line my eyes. And then I will use blender type of shape, kind of like a brush, and then I will use the shade Heartbeat, which is the third shade in the first row. And I will just slightly tightly put the shade on the waterline, not directly to the waterline, but tighter on the waterline. And very intense, as you can see. And then I will use the brush again, use the blending brush to slightly brush out. And then slightly dragging more into the center of the eyes. And to finish up the look, I will use the shade Blind again, a silvery highlight, second row on the fifth shade, and then pop this in the inner corner. To make this slightly more cool tone, kind of like a color scheme kind of a thing. To top up the look, I will use the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which is lovely. Lovely. To intensify the look, you should wear lashes for the look. And let it dry for a bit. Okay, put my glasses back on. So this is the finished look. Let me see with my glasses on. So this is a very pinky, flushy kind of a look, which the blush that I use, it's very pinky, kind of like a blush. And then the eyes, I just keep it really simple with just using some really pinky shade and then a purpley kind of a shimmer shade, so that there's a bit of flush look, and then there's a bit of drama with the purple to bring out the look, and use a silver shade to kind of to make it more cool tone, to make it more in the similar kind of like a color theme, because usually when you use a really pink shade and then you use a purple shade, it looks kind of like a very cool tone kind of a look. So I use a silver instead of a gold that doesn't give you a lot of contrast between the two shades, and so that it kind of like mash together. The lips, this is a new lips that I bought. It's called Sold Out. It's the Too Faced Melted Lip, which is really comfortable. I've tried a shade called, I think it's called Cool Girl. Yeah, Cool Girl. I like the shade, but this shade sort of has a lot more pink, lot more warmth in it, which is more kind of suitable for my face as a whole, and it's more of my lip color, which I really like. I don't really like bright shades, even though sometimes I want a different kind of like a lip shade to pair with the eye look, but to be honest, if I'm gonna wear anything, it would be like this kind of a shade, so that it doesn't have a really like contrasting look to my lips, and this just sort of perfects my lips, which I love. So this is the look. I haven't tried every shade, it's just first impression, and I found that the bottom few shades called Valentine, Intense, and Soul. So the bottom shade, first, third, and fourth shades, they showed up quite similar on my eye. I've like tried this before I filmed. And then the shade called Heart and Heartbeat, they are sort of similar in a way that if you blend long enough, the red shade sort of turns dark on me. And then the shimmers are quite impressive as well. And even though I say they're similar, like So Intense and Valentine, but if you have lighter skin, I think it will show up way better on your skin than on my skin. Or if I use the ABH eye primer, they will show up way better. I really like the color theme. There's some warm shade. If you can see, it's like divided up into like two sections. So for the first two rows, it's more warm, more orangey, sort of like a very romantic kind of theme. And then the purple side, which is the last two rows, they have more of that purple darkness into theme. And then the central row is sort of like that neutral row where you can like pair with both sides into with the palette themselves. So I think this palette, it's sort of like, again, something that I really like, I really enjoy, and has everything you need if you need to create a pink, purpley love, as the name says. Love kind of like a palette. I love pink. There's a reason why that I bought this. It's pink. Anything pink. I didn't intentionally pair this. I just wore something that looks horrible on me, and I was like, let's change. But then this is pink as well, so excuse me. I love the packaging. I love the smell. And well, do I like this? I like this. It's hydrating. It gives very good coverage to my skin. It leaves a healthy glow on my skin, and it's pretty nice. And for the mattifying base, it felt comfortable using it, obviously, but I have to try, does it help with my oils? And the powder, for now, it feels really nice. It's really soft, and a little goes a really long way. And it feels like the Born This Way ethereal powder that I have, but I'm in a way darker shade than what I can use. It's yellow, like not banana powder, but straight up yellow in this one. It's really nice. A little goes a long way as well. But this one is much more lighter for my for me, the shade, and it's more translucent on my skin. So I really like it for now. I would give it a go if you want to try it. It's pretty nice. It's excellent, I would say, as a palette, and I think that it performs quite nicely. I say, oh, some of the shade looks similar, so you might think that, oh, it's not that great. Oh my god. It looks similar, but it really gives a different tone to it. Even though sometimes when I'm doing, like, trying on, and then I will be like, oh, it looks really similar. But it's after I blend out the shade for, like, quite some time, and then they just turns out to be looking really similar. But overall, I don't think that this palette is anything less than what I've tried from the Metropolis palette. Really love some of the shades in here. Love the combination. Love the theme. There's warm, there's cool, drama, love, romantic kind of theme in here, which I really like. And here is my first impression. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see more of me, just click the bell notification button to receive notification when I upload a video. So that's it for now. See you soon. Love. Bye for now. Bye.